Well, I'm happy to be at the bye. Happy to be where we're at. Continue to improve. We have to finish better, but at least that we came out ready to go. We focused on being aggressive and attacking and keeping that mindset, and I think we did.
Sophie Roll at the far right.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Sophie.
Just curious, with Vidarian Lowe and Ben Brown slotting in, just how you felt they did tonight. I think you talked pregame a little bit about the Giants' defensive front and just how that was going to be a challenge and just how those two handled it stepping in.
Well, I think they handled it well. I mean, we had some positive plays, obviously, offensively. We need to be better in the red zone, but, I thought that they did well. Again, from first view, we'll have to see what things go on tomorrow. It was a penalty that cost us a touchdown, so that's tough. But, a lot of good things to build on and continue to improve and, really focus on things that we're going to have to do a little bit better down the stretch here. But, I think that just proud of what the team has done week in and week out, whatever the challenge was and whatever's has been presented to us.
Pretty consistent and loud MVP chants for Drake tonight. Just what impressed you most about his performance?
I think he's able to keep his composure, keep his eyes downfield. I thought he makes some of the best plays. I think are just the extensions, the scramble for a first down. To scramble and stay in bounds there late in the game, knowing the situation forces them to call a timeout, and then not throw an incompletion there at the end of the game and, scramble. And selfishly, probably could have said, hey, I'm going to try to throw a touchdown and, just go and slide and use the clock. So those are the things that probably don't show up on the stat sheet. I thought, being accurate downfield and being able to give, Kayshawn a real catchable ball there in the end zone was nice too.
Also, it's December 1st. How much longer are you going to keep the mustache?
It'll be gone tomorrow.
Chair Sullivan?
I couldn't have done all this and not go out on Monday Night Football. I had to. It'll be gone tomorrow. Probably before I talk to you.
Mike, how would you describe just the message in terms of, knowing the bye week was looming, knowing the Giants came in with 2 wins, and just making sure that your guys, you came out so fired up. What was that messaging in that way?
Well, I don't know how many wins they've had. I know that they get ahead, and they were had Denver beat and had some other teams beat, put a bunch of points and yards up on Detroit and Chicago and all those other teams. So I think it was about just being aggressive and attacking and trying to keep a competitive stamina throughout the game and a demeanor no matter what happened. And I like the way that we started and like to finish a little bit better, but we're doing a lot of good things to help us win, and I know there's some things that we can do to continue to improve on.
Mike, you've said being aggressive and attacking a couple of times. Does some of the way that Christian Ellis had some of those bigger hits at the beginning of the game, is that something that everybody feeds off of? Is that something that kind of gives you guys a lift?
I think I certainly did. I think our fans did. I think our team did. And again, that's, it's a weekly reminder to the quarterback, our quarterback. We show them every week. Like, I wouldn't get too cute over there by the sidelines. It happens every week. And so Christian's playing, through the whistle, and as long as the player's in bounds, he's going to try to hit them legally. And then on the kickoff, we take a lot of pride in covering kicks. It was a matchup. They were top 5, and we were, they were number 5, and we were number 6 in kickoff. And I expect us to be in the top 5, and that's what I try to tell our kickoff coverage team. So it was good to see that the impact that it can make, and turning the ball over as well.
Mike, how important was it to keep momentum heading into the bye?
I don't know if I looked at it like that, but I think we just focused on what the next task was and, put a plan together and allow our players to feel confident in it, and then figure out what the bye week is and who needs to be here for treatment and who needs to get away. And that's kind of what we focus on. And I don't think I was necessarily concerned with any sort of letdown because the bye was here. I think that be a lot of players and people that are ready for the bye and earned it, but I don't think that we were looking ahead to anything.
Mike, to your right here. Kind of similar, but I mean, 10 straight wins now. Week after week, you guys keep taking care of business and avoiding the slip up. What's been the key to not having one of those?
Just things we talk about and, doing our best to take care of the football and playing complementary. This today was obviously special teams that gave us Marcus is just a fantastic returner. And, I'm proud of the guys on that unit. They take a lot of pride in blocking for them. We took care of the guys on the edges, and, those are tough. Those can be backbreaking for an opponent. And so we try to do everything we can to avoid them, and we try to create them. So I think just the complementary phases, staying consistent in the message, and the players coming in here each and every week and practicing and preparing and obviously executing. And then when things don't go right, try to get them fixed and come back the next drive.
Locker room's open. 3 final questions in here. Andrew Callahan,
3.
Rick Bedard, and Jared Kyle.
Hey, Mike, whether it's working around injuries, a short week, just using new personnel packages and play calls, the resourcefulness of your team, what has that meant to you in this season?
Well, our staff, I'm obviously very thankful of the coaches that prepare our players. I think they've done a fantastic job. Josh and Zach and the defensive staff and Jeremy with the special teams and helping spread the message that I try to have each and every week. But then ultimately it's on the players. So always be about the players and, trying to give them a plan that they believe in and that they can go out there and execute. And, whether that's different guys at different places, I'm proud of them and I'm happy for them that they can have some success. And, I think people, can see who we have and the next guy steps up and can play and produce.
Taylor gave his back, so Greg, you've got the last question.
Mike,
Taylor, you can ask your question.
just what did you think of Drake's performance tonight? He seemed to be in control and didn't seem to be bothered by, the issues with the offensive line with guys out.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that was an issue. We put the next 2 guys in there, and Ben's been ready for his opportunity. Verdarian's been working hard and worked hard in the off season to come back from his shoulder, and so again, I get those guys a full week of practice. I thought Drake is I think he's really he's realizing what he can be and what the impact that he makes on this offense and being the conductor. He's hard on himself, and I think that he challenges himself as well as his coaches. And he means a great deal to this football team, and just being able to not get rattled and escape or pressure and find Ramondre or scramble. And and then when we do have time and he sees a guy win and put a ball, great spot there for Kyle to make a huge play, or Kayshawn down there in the red zone. So a lot of 3rd down conversions. So again, very appreciative that he's our quarterback.
Last question, Taylor.
Can you speak to the effort of the defensive line with so many guys missing or banged up, and also Elijah Ponder getting some more opportunities inside as well?
Mm-hmm. Well, Corey Durden's been playing a lot for us, and we brought him over here from the Giants practice squad, or from the Giants. They let him go, and again, that game meant a lot to him. They told him that he wasn't good enough to play for the Giants, and we thought that he was good enough to play for the Patriots. So I'm happy for him. It was, made some plays and continues to help us, but also help himself, and I love that. You mentioned Ponder, just trying to get some other guys in there rushing and with some speed, and obviously their quarterbacks can scramble and run, and we just felt like that was a package that we could try to use and get some other people out on the field.